Well, what a week. Can you believe what a week this has been? Yes, it's our 50th show, and apparently now it's 50 states of equality. Yes, the Supreme Court did it. Did it actually the day my show aired last week, and but I'd pre-recorded it, the night before. And oh my God, what a week this has been. Just unbelievable. So not only this week is it July the 4th, it's July the 4th, 2015. It's also when America in 1776 got her independence. And now America on July the 4th, 2015 has all 50 states. All 50 states of total equality. Well, that's how it's supposed to be anyway. So we've got lots. I never thought in my dreams that it would happen so soon, because I've been doing this now for many years, and I'm just totally amazed. I didn't expect anything, because, funnily enough, back when I was doing We Are Gay Today, or Radio Gay Today in New York, I was thinking, and it was doing like forecasts of when Michigan would actually pass the law, and it was saying like in 2022. Well, I nearly got there. Oh, excuse me. Just overcome with excitement. So my 50th show is going to celebrate the 50 states on 2015. A lot of fives in there. I'm going to play a lot of my favorite artists, and we're going to have some nice giggles here and there, and some profound sayings. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to We Are Gay Today. In fact, it's Gay Detroit Radio. I still sometimes say the old show. I do miss that show, actually. But then again, I've got Gay Detroit Radio. And so they say, anyway, let's have some music, and then we'll say what's going on. Here's a song. And I just said I never thought in my dreams. So I'm going to actually do my new song. And it's called In My Dreams by James D. Happy Pride, everyone.
In the land of make-believe, I see the face of love. I'm living inside my dreams, it's what I guilty of. I'm dreaming my life away, I'm dreaming to be with you. I'm dreaming of yesterday when our love was so new. I'm dreaming of the fights we had, and I kissed your tears away. I'm dreaming of what is my life to be like my dreams. Is it too much for my life to be like my dreams? You are by my side, inside my dreams. You look at me with pride, inside my dreams. My life is oh so lonely without you by my side. In my dreams you run to me, your arms are open wide. I'm dreaming of your laughter, the sunshine of your smile. I'm dreaming of the way you walk with elegance and style. I'm dreaming too Forget the pain, I need your loving arms again. I'm through with it. All I want is my life to be like my dreams. Is it too much for my life to be like my dreams? You are by my side, inside my dreams. You look at me with pride, inside my dreams. Watching and waiting forever, it just seems to be my way. Living inside my dreams, at least I get you to stay. All I want is my life to be like my dreams. Is it too much for my life to be like my dreams? You are by my side, inside my dreams. You look at me with pride, inside my dreams. In the land of make-believe, I see the face of love. I'm living inside my dreams.
Yeah, it's the old band sound there of In My Dreams. And like I said, I never thought in my dreams I was going to see this happen so soon. And it does really seem soon, especially, you know, when you really think about it. A lot of the older gays and lesbians are actually saying that, you know, really, it's the decision was way long overdue. And, you know, sometimes I think that, and sometimes I think, well, listen, it's here now, and let's be thankful, because there has been some appellate courts who've actually tried to throw out the decision already, and they've just been said, no, bye-bye. You know, it's it's now the law of the land. A lot of people around the country are now throwing up the religious freedom bullshit. We'll get into those. We'll get into those. I'm still really in shock, really, honestly. But here's 5 good reasons why this is a good time for the Supreme Court decision. Today, actually last week, marks the 2-year anniversary of the court's United States versus Winder decision, and that was struck down on part of the Defense of Marriage Act and forced the federal government to recognize same-sex marriages. And last week as well was also the 12th year anniversary of the court's Lawrence versus Texas decision that ruled that bans on same-sex sexual activity was unconstitutional. What is wrong with Texas? My God, they've got their dicks everywhere, and now they just... But it was illegal? Jeez. Also, last weekend, it was the LGBT Pride of New York City and San Francisco, and the two cities were actually instrumental in helping start the LGBT rights movement. Reason number 3, Jim Obergefell, I think. The plaintiff at the center of the gay marriage case has been making a weekly trek to Washington this entire month, lining up the outside of the Supreme Court at 7 o'clock every morning, every Monday and Thursday. And, well, God bless him, in anticipation of a ruling. Thank God. And, of course, number 4, the right wing is still huffing and puffing about last week's Obamacare ruling. And that was actually another reason to give them some reason to cry in their conflicts last weekend. And actually, reason number 5, which really, honestly, last week was the same for everyone. We just didn't know if we could handle the stress of another weekend. And it was like, hurry up, Scotus, please. Now, here's something that I actually think is really the crux of the matter. And I've even said it many times that even if you don't agree with us, jump on the cash cow. Because a study has actually estimated that the LGBT market in the US is worth $844 billion. Wow. And that was on the 25th of June. 2015. A new study has concluded that the spending power of the LGBT market in the US is worth an estimated $884 billion. The figure had been released by Whitec Communications, a communications firm that has been monitoring the spending power of the LGBT market in the US over the past 2 decades. I remember talking about this, like I said, about 10, 15 years ago. And then it was like 365 billion going back 10 years ago. And then since, like, in 2013, it's gone up so much money. The buying power is just unbelievable. Because what they did try to do was like, okay, let's have a queer day and let's all the queers just boycott everything and not spend any money. And then everybody would find out how powerful the rainbow dollar is. And I'm sorry, but $844 billion is a nice little paycheck. Well done, SCOTUS. Also, Governor Cuomo. He really, that family has always been very good for New York. He actually officiated the first gay wedding in front of the Stonewall Inn. And I don't mean the first gay wedding ever. I'm saying the first gay wedding when it was legal in 50 countries. That's the Stonewall Inn in New York. Been there many times when I first came over. It wasn't the original Stonewall Inn with the riots, but they've now made it a historical building. So that's going to be there for a long, long time. That's when the riots there were, oh, good God, that was started by Sylvia, a transvestite, I believe. She threw her heels at a police officer. That's when the old mob used to own a lot of the gay places in New York. Another secret that people really don't want to talk about. Let's have some music. Like I said, this week, because of the 50th show and the 50 States of Equality, I'm playing my favorite artists, and here's one of them. It's Cody G. He's such a sweetie. And the song is called Why Not Alcohol.
Body filled with tattoos. Oh, now you're just old news. Yeah, packing up and we're back. And your rap's out of whack, cause we got it suicidal, switching through the lanes, riding dirty, top back, smoking a blunt, getting brain, just my wake and bake. Here we go again, like, here we go. I don't even care what these people say, down on me, cause I'm puffing on them J's, saying that I should be a role model, I should do this or I should pursue that. Speak some positivity in my raps, all about free love, all hugs, no drugs. If I said that, I'd be a liar, I'd be a liar, just a goddamn liar now, yeah. I'd be a liar, I'd be a liar, yeah.
Twist it all up, yeah, we twist it all up. pour it in that cup, yeah, we pour it in that cup. Twist it all up, yeah, we twist it all up. Pour it in that cup, yeah, we pour it in that cup now.
Trying so hard to find a different way. All these people know me, Cody Galloway. Making all this money, yeah, I tried so hard. Pouring champagne and I'm drunk in the yard. Waking in the morning thinking I got a problem. Maybe I'll solve them, maybe just wishing. Roll another swisher and they think they're coming up. Yeah, they think they're coming up. Yeah, they think they're coming up. I just wanna make it to the top. Bottle pop till my heart fucking stops. One thing in life that I've always learned: you got your friends and you got those pretends. Do they really know what's going on? All I wanna do is count this cash. Make that paper stack in the crib right now. Kicking back and we're drinking on some yak like oh.
Drinking like an alcoholic. Is that what I've become now?
In chemistry, alcohol is an organic compound in which the hydroxyl functional group is bound to a single carbon atom. Humans have been producing alcoholic beverages with ethanol contents between 3 and 40% since prehistoric times. This is not a new trend, and in fact, the mastery of organic chemistry has allowed us to create beverages that have certain psychoactive effects. Effects that we greatly, greatly appreciate.
Twist it all up, yeah, we twist it all up. We pour it in that cup, yeah, we pour it in that cup. Twist it all up, yeah, we twist it all up. Pour it in that cup, yeah, we pour it in that cup now.
Yeah, the wonderful sound there of Cody G. Do you know, he's such a lovely little guy. I'm going to get him back on the show soon because he's out on tour at the moment. Also, we're going to get Xander on the show. He's on his way back to Detroit as well. And Nikki Holland, also a little girl. She's going to, little favorite girl of mine. She's going to be coming on the show as well. So listen out for all our little Michiganders, our very talented Michiganders, coming back to Gay Detroit Radio. And we'll be playing their songs as well. Now, as promised, we're going to save you some more news. Now, here's a good thing as well. We're going to start off with some good news, and then we'll get into the idiots. Because it's I don't want to spoil this week, but, it's just that some people just can't sort of let go. Anyway, so in Washington, D.C., President Obama has called the Supreme Court decision requiring states to recognize same-sex marriage a victory for America. Now, the commander-in-chief is set to honor those who fought for marriage equality by issuing an executive order declaring 6/26/16 a National Equality Day. It just really is, honestly, it's just wonderful, wonderful. Whether you like Obama or not, I personally do. He's a very good politician. Nobody's perfect. There are a few little loopholes here and a few little flaws here, but then again, he's only human for anybody who's trying to say, no, he's not. Because I'm on Facebook and Twitter, and you've got a lot of these people who just, nobody's any good for anyone, and what can I say? What can I say? And yes, also once again for Happy July the 4th for everybody. And people are saying, oh, how are you going to celebrate it? I said, I'm English. You kicked our asses, you silly bastard. Why should I celebrate? Oh, listen, I'm cheap. Burger, a wiener, I'm there. But I would like a nice piece of meat, maybe a steak, something like that, But let's get back to the classy part of the show. Yes, we've got Visa. These are 35 companies, actually, who've been very pro-gay and very pro-equality. But obviously, now looking at the figures for $844 billion, hello, that's a nice chunk of change. There's Visa, Airbub, American Airlines, Target, Procter & Gamble, YouTube, Delta Airways, JetBlue, Orbit, Smart Car. I don't know how smart cars. I mean, my Tony's 6'6". He can't even get his big toe in one of those bloody things. Anyway, he doesn't actually fit in many American cars. Actually, the one he does fit in is in the Traverse. So we've got one of those. Anyway, Whole Foods, Expedia, Old Navy and Gap. Well, people do like to dress. I mean, closets really should just only be for clothes. AT&T, Uniqlo, Starbucks, Macy's. Oh, and Macy's, I think they're just dropping our little friend Trump. What a dick. I mean, what is he going in for? I mean, believe it or not, just a little bit of trivia for you. Trump actually is a slang word for fart in England. So if you trump, it means you've farted in England. Just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, so that's a lot of the... There's like 35 big conglomerate companies, by the nose fixed now, the teeth won't work. They really are setting the way and paving the way for everybody else to say, come on, let's sort of get there. I'll be glad when it's just said, oh, I'm going to get married. And you go, who to? Not what to. What sex, what gender, whatever it is. Anyway, now here comes the silly stories. Now, the members of an anti-gay Jewish political action committee did not want their youth scarred by the sight of LGBT pride in New York City. That's a joke. It's like one of the biggest parades, that and Halloween, which I don't know which one's the more gay one, because trust me, the drag queens are in full swing in both. Actually, the Halloween one, the best one I saw was when there was, this is go back a few years ago, when there was actually pushing a telephone box. This was before cell phones, girls and guys, just in case you didn't know, but, you know, a telephone box was actually where people put money in and made telephone calls. It wasn't glued to their ear. So they were pushing down this glass telephone box down the street with the blonde in the middle, and then they've got all the blackbirds running around it. I thought that was really good. And Tony, friend of, and his friends, I should say, once did the 101 Dalmatians. That's going back a few years ago as well. And he had a haystack sort of thrown on the back of his old Jeep at that time. So anyway, I digressed. So the anti-gay Jewish political action committee, what they did is they hired day laborers. Now they're putting this as a very what's it now? So politically correct, because they're saying day laborers instead of Mexicans. Or illegal immigrants to actually this is just oh my God, yes, just to say that they couldn't do it themselves, so they hired day laborers to put out anti-gay words like God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Eve. Now, listen, this is where it gets a little bit off the wall here, because if you remember, doesn't the Bible say that Eve was made from Adam's rib? Well, if that's so, then that means then that if Eve was made of Adam's rib, doesn't that make Eve a clone? So therefore not female. So really it is Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve. Moving on. And Rand Paul. Oh dear, what a... Do you know what really gets me is these people who are supposed to be so educated and he goes under the title of Dr. Rand Paul on his Twitter account, and that's a rather dubious title too. And, well, it took him a few days, right, because his father's Ron Paul, and that's another dick, a little one at that. Finally come up with a response that if the Supreme Court has ruled in same-sex marriage that it's constitutional and legal, it's about as weak and as non-committal as you might expect. In essence, Paul wants to put an end to marriage altogether, unless, of course, the couple is religious and wants to marry in a church. Again, this is the part where I get really a little uptight and upset, because a marriage is a legal contract. When you get divorced, you don't go to a church. Unless you're a Catholic, then you try to have it annulled. And that takes forever and a day, so people would rather do it legally. That means a contract has to be unsigned, basically, or another contract has to be signed to say that the marriage is now over. So a marriage is a legal contract between two loving people who want to be legally bound to each other for the rest of their lives. The wedding is a religious ceremony. Weddings, and holy matrimony are religious ceremonies. They are not legal because it's a religious ceremony. The law is marriage. The law. Just in case you didn't know. But let's have some music, and I'd like to actually, I think this one I'm definitely going to do. Nikki Holland, another one of my favorite singers, and she's going to be singing Secret. I'm James D, and you're listening to the 50th show on the 50 States of Equality. 50 States of Gay.
Watch me in the corners of your eyes. You're dancing here, that's why I came. I strip you naked in these pictures in my mind. My needs, my wants are hard to tame. Now I wanna run to you, pick you up between your thighs, just to hear you gasp and speak my name. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside, just to hear you breathing as your hips beneath me rise. Let's dance a way you've never seen. I want to creep in you, open the depth of you inside, surrounded by the musk of you and me. You saturate me with the pleasure in your cries, and I won't let go until you scream. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. And when your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you can go away. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. I promise to tell no one. Play along with all the lies. If you'll say that later we can meet, and I'll keep your secret from the public scornful eyes. if that's what it takes to get relief. Just know that one day I'll lay it out to your surprise. They don't really care, it's what you perceive. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. When your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you know where. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. When your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you know where. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it pleasure in your eyes. When your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, until your fingernails, I'm in you, you know where. Keep it down, keep it down.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite singers there. Good old Nikki Holland and Secret. We're doing all my favorite artists on today. We got some more coming up. Also, not all of them are going to be, but I'm going to do some more next week as well because I've just got too many of them. I just really love the people who are on this show. And apparently they love being on it too. Now, if you want to get in touch with us and you'd like to be on the show, please do get in touch on gaydetroitradio@gmail.com. Also, you can go to Facebook, which is Gay Detroit Radio, and also Twitter, which is Gay Detroit Radio. And also you can get me on Facebook with James D. So everything's pretty good and pretty sort of Gay Detroit Radio. So if you get in touch, just go Gay Detroit Radio or even Google Gay Detroit Radio and you'll actually get, because I'm like virtually the top one in Detroit. As important. Speaking about impotent, young couple here, after 54 years together in Texas, yes, good old Texas, they actually tied the knot. That is just so wonderful. I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. Yes, 54 years together. And they're getting married, or they got married. Okay, now these are 6 of the most hysterical reasons why the right wing is just going apeshit about the same-sex marriage ruling. Mike Huckabee, yes, the fuckabee, the wannabe fuckabee, even that. He's had a very difficult week, sensing the tide of history and the Supreme Court going against him. Mike Huckabee called on the conservative Christians to engage in a massive biblical disobedience campaign against false god of judicial supremacy. What a dick. Very tiny one at that. Now, this is supposed to be a pastor, a Christian man, who actually squashed some sort of lawful intervention when his son tortured a dog, hung it from a tree, and I believe he shot it. So this is the kind of man. And then, of course, his favorite friend as well, for a while anyway, was Josh Duggar, the pedophile. And apparently somebody who's a book or ghostwriter with a book or something like that. Another pedophile. So, Fuckabee, you're a dickhead. Please, just go away. Pull your foreskin over your eyes and blink. Now then, Ted Cruz. Everything's gone dark for Ted Cruz because of the SCOTUS decision. Today is some of the darkest 24 hours in our nation's history, Cruz said without any regard on the subject-verb agreement. Yesterday and today were both naked and shameless judicial activism. Well, it didn't go dark long enough because he's still breathing. Louis Gohmert completely freaks out, recommends fleeing the country because that's what God did. Really? Baptist Jindal, Bobby Jindal, continues to demonstrate how the Republican Party really is a party of stupid. Well, I got that right. Bill Kristol, polygamy, here we come. And Pat Boone. Why on earth is that stupid idiot even talking? Why is he still alive? He must be about 3,000 by now. He's really sick of everyone talking about racism when obviously Satan is to blame for the Charleston murders. The senility has got in because obviously not a thing about homos. And of course, Christian radio host Brian Fisher, he actually got dropped by the American Family Association, but he's still apparently the radio show host. And he's really having a hard time keeping it together because of the SCOTUS decision. And he's taken to Twitter to compare the ruling to 9/11, Hitler, racism against African Americans, and something about stormtroopers. Now, from a moral standpoint, 6/26 is now our 9/11. The rainbow jihadists of SCOTUS blow up twin towers of truth and righteousness. Every advance of the gay agenda comes to the expense of religious liberty. Liberty. As of today, free exercise of religion is toast. Well, you can get free exercise, and I do like toast, but I don't particularly want religion on top of it. The First Amendment is dead. It was killed today by Anthony Kennedy. Just as Hitler bottled up... Oh, Jesus Christ. He just went on and on and on and on. And only 5 to 7% of homosexuals get married even when they can. We are getting bullied by the 7% of the 1.6 who are lesbian or gay. So 7% of the 1.6%. So that's going to be something like minus 0.3% that is bullying and controlling the whole of America. So that's not even 1%. That's like half of 0.5% that is ruling the whole of America. Yay. So happy. Yay. God, I didn't know we had so much fucking power, did you? And 93% of gays won't even get married. This is not about marriage, but forcing society to approve of their sexual deviancy. Well, at my age, I'm lucky to get sex. What the fuck is deviancy? Jesus Christ. And last but not least for this section, an open letter to Clarence Thomas from an interracial lesbian couple. And they actually are very annoyed at him, mainly because he's in an interracial marriage. And back in the 60s, his marriage would not have been legal. So they're really pissed at him because he really dissented and really was so against this same-sex marriages. But yet, in the 1967 Supreme Court decision in Loving versus Virginia, required that every state recognizes interracial marriage, and the decision was one of the cornerstones of logic when it comes to legalizing same-sex unions. Excuse me. So the Oreo thing is coming out. They're calling him an asshole, Oreo, and God knows what. And these are not my words. These are other people's words. Brian Fisher, sorry, guy, but you just got it. The far right are just completely out of whack. But you know what? But seeing as they're Christians, we should love them and forgive them. So I'm going to have a little bit of music, and then we'll have something from, for our metal friends, our heavy rock friends out there. This is Don Miller, and it's called, and especially for his wife as well, because she went through some tests, and everything was hunky-dory. Also, for my beloved too, he's been going through a lot of tests as well, and everything seems to be and appears to be hunky-dory too. Just a little stitch here, a little poke there, and a little medication here and there, and everything's going to be all right. So, Don Miller, and all our Don Miller fans, because he's been on the show as well, another one of my favorites, is called 'Cause I Love You.
Cause I love you. Yeah, baby. Cause I need you. Yeah, baby. Well, lying next to me. Oh, I feel so good. When you're loving me, baby, you're all my world, yeah. When I hold you in my dreams tonight, I'm gonna love you the whole night, 'cause I love you. Yeah, baby, 'cause I need you. Yeah, baby. Cause I love you. Yeah, baby. 'Cause I need you. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, good old friend of mine there, Don Miller. And because I love you. Gonna get him back on the show as well. He's doing pretty well. Another good, talented Michigander. All right, we're rushing really to near the last leg of the show because all I can do is talk about victory. Yes, this is the 50th show on the 50 States of Gay. Yay! Yes, finally. But still a little acrimony from the sore losers out there, but then again, I really don't care about these people. But, so now they're saying that no pastor can be forced to perform a same-sex marriage. And a lot of people in many states are saying that, no, we're not going to have this. It's against my religious freedom. Then get lost. You're fired. With marriage equality officially now the law of the land, though some states and districts are still denying the right. Many politicians and pastors claim that the next step is to forcing pastors to perform same-sex marriages against their will and against their beliefs. This represents a complete misunderstanding of the rights pastors already claim. A pastor is not required to perform a marriage for a same-sex couple, nor is any other couple. The First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America guarantees this. It promises that the government will not interfere with a person's right to freely practice his religion. Now, you see, the thing is, you don't need to have a pastor to get married. A pastor is representing a faith, your beliefs, and I believe you should have that. Kudos to everybody who has their beliefs. I have mine, and I do believe in God. I just do not believe in man's version of God's rules. And neither does God, because all the First Testament is completely null and void. So your Leviticus and your Deuteronomy and Corinthians are all out of the window. So you can eat pork, you can have your hair cut, and you can work on Sundays because most pastors do. I never got that. If it, you can be stoned to death, or is it death to work on Sundays, but pastors do? Is there some sort of religious thing there? I don't know. Anyway, but also there's a caveat also in the Roman Catholic laws that they can say anything they want. They can lie through their back teeth as long as it protects the Catholic religion. That is a caveat in their law. So no pastor can actually be forced to marry one, but you don't need a pastor. A pastor is there for the wedding ceremony, for your beliefs, and that's wedding holy matrimony, which is a religious ceremony. You still need somebody there from the law to actually legalize the marriage, because marriage is, once again, the law. It's a contract, a viable legal contract. So there's going to be a lot of pastors out there, of which I am myself. I am actually an ordained minister, so I can actually marry you as well. And you don't need a license in Michigan. Here's a nice bit of news as well. A gay Marine receives a rainbow flag on the last day of service. Isn't that just wonderful? A gay Marine received a rainbow flag on his last day of service with the phrase "served with pride" stitched under the Marine Corps logo. And it was originally posted on Reddit. The rainbow flag acted as a parting gift from the old soldiers unit. The photo was posted with the following description. Today, my unofficial last day as a Marine. This is what my unit gave to me to say goodbye. And it's a rainbow flag with the United States Marine Corps, and underneath a little thing called "served with pride." I just think that is absolutely bloody wonderful. Really, kudos to all the Marines there. absolutely wonderful. Now, this actually is bad news. A Bronze Star Marine was denied a marriage license in San Saba in the county, Texas. Bronze Star Marine was denied a marriage license in the county, Texas. This is just disgusting, you know. Jason is a 10-year, 6-combat tour Marine. He was awarded the Bronze Star for Valor and 2 additional medals in the Marine Corps in Afghanistan and Iraq. Jason and Jonathan were engaged yesterday on June 25th. Sorry, that was last week. June 25th or June 29th. It was yesterday, sorry. Well, a couple of days ago now. And they were planning to go to the clerk's office at 2 p.m. and obtain a marriage license, to which he was then refused. This is somebody who's actually serving the country. I'm sorry, but anybody who serves their country deserves the respect. And also, there are a lot of vets out there who are homeless, abused, without medical attention, and just completely spit upon by their fellow Americans because something's gone wrong somewhere in the system, and our soldiers and our vets should not be treated like shit. Basically, that was happening. And in Lansing, they're saying same-sex marriage issues are far from over in Michigan. Tell us about it. The things we've got to go through now, because Tony was actually funded by the federal government for his Blue Cross Blue Shield, which we couldn't get until the federal government, SCOTUS, actually said, no, you must now recognize same-sex marriages, although it did recognize it for years before, but because Tony worked for the federal government, he was not allowed to have his insurance, and I couldn't be under it, so it cost us a small fortune, as usual, everything else does. Then when we got that, then in Michigan, they wouldn't allow us certain things because it wasn't recognized in Michigan. So now it is. So now we've got to get that changed again. And then, of course, then there's the tax deductions and this and that. We've got to fight for that. And then there's back to the Social Security of all the years we've been together, because we've been together just under 25 years. So therefore, then, if anything happens, then the Social Security then should go to our respective spouses. So that's another fight, another legal. But there are 132 sections of the Michigan law that use the term wife, and you had 149 for the husband, and 199 state laws that deal with marriage. This is complete bullshit, you know, so therefore they're going to be fighting this now, because there's a lot of laws. That is the Michigan's Law Revision Commission, which was created in 1965. It goes on and on and on and on and on. I need a song. I think I'm going to listen to my friend. It's called Bathtub Gin by Xander. I love this guy. He's coming back on the show as well. Another dedicated, wonderful, talented Michigander. I'm James D, and you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio. Yes, the 50th show on the 50 states of gay. Yay!
Rambling in the back room, gambling in the smoke room. The coppers in the alleyway, they're coming up the back soon. She asked me what I wanna drink, I asked her if she ever thinks. She looked at me like she knew me when she walked away. She gave a wink. I don't know your name, but please just let me in. The liquor store's been closed for years. I know you got better gin. Ooh, let's get it up. Drinking from a paint can, chasing down a mailman, swinging from a tree branch, swinging from a ceiling fan. Learn me what I never know, take me where I never go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't tell them where the water flow. I can't see your face, but you look just like my kin. This potion's got me all mixed up. One more better gin. Let's get it up. the sand dune, looking like a dry prune. She says she loves my music, but I'm always singing out of tune. I'll take it as a compliment on every single continent. I can howl like an alley cat, my silence is my dominant. I could never read, but baby, I can sing. Oh, come on over to my place for a word that better gin. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Take me down the boot camp, lick me like an old stamp, whip me back up in the shape and shake me like a leg cramp. Tell me that you wish me dead, slap me right upside the head, chew me up and spit me out. There's no one that I'd rather with. Baby, I can't lose because I was born to win. So what if I'm an outlaw, getting rich off better town? Yeah, bum, 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 bum. Ooh, it's good, bum, bum, bum.
Well, I guess that's it for me. I think it's sweet. Yes, finishing with Xander and Bathtub Gin. I really have enjoyed this show. I've been a little chatty-catty this week. But, yes, the 50 States of Gay show is far from over. We'll have part 2 next week. I'm James D. I do hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope you've enjoyed the music. And we've got more to talk about next week, and more of my favorite AX from Michigan and surrounding areas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm James D. Thank you for listening. This is Gay Detroit Radio, and we are on www.radio-op.com. You can get the reruns on gaydetroitradio.com as well. Ladies and gentlemen, see you next week. Bye.
Gay